2 months later, bro. 2 months later. It's been 2 fucking months. And he's proposing to her. What the fuck?
Not gonna lie, I miss him.
Like this, you literally trying to tell me you want to break up with me to go be with other girls. Why?
I really hate seeing men enjoy things that are really just for the girls. Like,
I have to quit the internet. I really do. Sorry, we all have to pretend that we like coffee dates now, or we get read to absolute fucking filth. You want me to go to coffee with you?
There is no male loneliness epidemic. Y'all just don't know how to talk to women and then are confused on why you don't have a girlfriend. Boom.
Y'all, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I completely lose interest in dating. Like,
2 months later, bro. 2 months later. It's been 2 fucking months. And he's proposing to her. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? He was just in my fucking bed, bro. He was just in my fucking bed 2 months ago. 2 months ago. And he's fucking proposing to her. I don't understand that. Oh, fuck this fucking chungus has fucking here.
She's crashing out because she realized she was never the priority. More men today are becoming intentional with commitment. Tan women who assume they could keep casual control over those men are getting blindsided when those same dudes quietly choose another woman.
Not gonna lie, I miss him. I really miss him. I miss my best friend. It's hard, drunk, and realize that I don't deserve that. But he was my fucking best friend. He was my everything. And I fucking miss him so much.
Seconds, this is the part people ignore when men walk away. A lot of women don't just lose a boyfriend, they lose emotional stability, protection, consistency, and genuine companionship. Men silently carry huge emotional weight in relationships that only gets noticed after they're gone.
Tell me you want to break up with me to go be with other girls. Why? I literally give you no reason to feel like that. Listen, I sit and I literally give you everything. I do everything. Like, I sit here and do anything for you. Why do you want to go break up with me to go be with somebody else? Like, you want to be, I know this from the start. Like, you want to be single so you can go do little kid act. You are 16 years old. You can act like it. What is the purpose of you sending me all these long haircuts and sending me all this shit like you want to be together? If you wanted to break up, you knew you had your mindset. You wanted to break up. You want to go be with other girls. I gave you no reason to. I took furniture off from yesterday. I asked you calmly. I told you we can leave the situation alone. You alone kept dragging it. Don't make it seem like I kept dragging it. You kept.
What hit her hardest is realizing the man mentally checked out long before the breakup happened. More men today are quietly detaching instead of arguing endlessly. Once a dude starts craving freedom more than a relationship emotionally, he's already halfway gone.
Are pretty, we don't have problems, and we have a lot of them. Don't nobody love us, people lust us. Don't no bitch want to be your friend because the bitch is jealous, so you be sitting in your bed all alone, bored, not doing nothing. Don't be having nobody to call on when you're sad or stressed out or going through it. Then you gotta constantly watch who you bring around you, because people don't be around for genuine reasons. People be coming around for hidden agendas. Niggas is always gonna think you have hoes, so niggas is never gonna take you serious. And people will always think you're lying when you're not. Just because we're pretty don't mean we have it all, because we don't. We don't. Majority of us is sad and lonely deep down inside. That's it.
Accidentally exposing the downside of modern attention culture. Getting endless validation online doesn't automatically create loyalty, trust, or genuine connection. A lot of attractive women are surrounded by attention but still emotionally isolated because real intimacy requires more than beauty.
Jump on here. I want to talk to you a little bit about just dating in general. I don't think I've jumped on here because I actually haven't dated, so I have no stories to report. But what is it? What is it with married men trying to jump into my DMs, trying to chat me up at work? And on top of that, like, when I ask you the question, are you married? They are so vague about it. Mate, you're either married or you're not married. When I was married, and even if I was unhappy, I'd say I'm fucking happily married. So, what is it? What is it with men? What is it with men being fucking...
And this is another reason many younger men are going their own way. They watch older generations trapped in unhappy marriages, sneaking around emotionally drained, financially stressed, and pretending everything's fine. A lot of dudes looked at that reality and said, I'm not signing up for that.
I don't know if it's just me, but like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I completely lose interest in dating. It's just not fun. It's actually irritating and annoying. I took myself out of the dating game a little while ago just to focus my energy elsewhere. But from what I'm seeing, I just feel like nobody's genuine. Everyone comes with a list of the rules and demands instead of just getting to know you. They're like, oh, you must have this, you must do that, you must come with this. Just mad aggressive. So many people are unhealed and they don't realize it, so they're not trying to heal. And I don't know if it's New York. I don't know if people feel like this everywhere, but dating is just not enjoyable. I don't know. It should be, but it's not. Like, I have no interest in somebody just stressing me out for no reason. Like, I have zero interest in that. But like I said, I'm trying not to get to the point where I don't even want to re-enter the game. But now something really got to give. Something got to give for real, or else we going to be old and alone.
She's describing exactly why so many men checked out already. Modern dating feels less like connection and more like negotiation, performance and emotional exhaustion. Everybody's guarded, demanding, hyper-defensive and carrying unresolved baggage into every interaction. You okay? But there's something about who get his.
But there's something about a nigga who get his hands dirty, you know what I'm saying? A nigga who actually do some manual labor, like, nigga, you know how to do an oil change? How to change some brakes, motherfucker? You know how to mount a fucking TV. Oh my god. I'm easy as fuck. I'm going, like, legs wide the fuck open, because niggas can't do shit nowadays. Like, y'all just be a waste of fucking space. You have a whole nigga and need to call another nigga to come do some shit. And I don't know why. I be overly going for the nice hard working motherfucker. They don't fucking want me. They're not going for me. I get fucking drug dealers and scammers. I don't want y'all. Tired.
She's exposing the truth. A lot of men already know masculinity still matters, competence matters, being useful matters. A man who can build, fix, lead and handle real life problems stands out now because too many dudes became passive, soft and dependent.
Contemplated posting this because, full transparency, a good amount of you guys follow the father of my children. He may or may not see this, and that's okay, because I'm living in my truth and in my journey. And I'm not here to bash him or change any of your thought of him, because you guys all have your own relationships with him. But I'm here to ask men to please do better. Don't cuss or treat the mother of your children any way, because they're still the mother of your children, no matter how you feel about whatever we've gone through in the last 13 years. To ask me why I'm still in the home that we rent with my name on the lease, because I don't pay rent but pay the house bills, is wild. And for you to do this in front of our children and then curse at me.
Situations like this are exactly why many men became skeptical about modern relationships and family structures. Years together, kids involved, shared responsibilities. Then eventually everything turns into resentment, public exposure and emotional warfare instead of partnership.
I'm not perfect. I've made my mistakes, but I still try to be so good to him. And I end up disappointing myself every time, because then I end up getting treated this way. So pray for me, pray for the next 2 weeks, and men, do better. Especially if you have daughters who are watching you, you know, because like I told my girls this morning, don't ever let anyone treat you that way. And it's sad because that's their father. And I know he's angry, I know. But it doesn't make it right. So men, please do better. Do better. Much love. We'll talk soon.
Saying men should disrespect the mother of their children, but modern relationships keep collapsing because both sides are emotionally exhausted, resentful and carrying years of unresolved conflict. What people are witnessing now is the fallout of broken family dynamics becoming normalized.
I have to quit the internet. I really do. Sorry, we all have to pretend that we like coffee dates now, or we get read to absolute fucking filth. You want me to go to coffee with you? We're not in a fucking Bible study. Like, the last person I got coffee with, who I was not like working with, was a girl who my boyfriend was cheating on me with. That's what coffee is for. Sorry, you're asking me a coffee before you ask me to marry you? It's not happening. Would she expect a nice dinner? Yeah. What if she did? Get your money up, not your funny up. It is not her fault that you were an insecure loser. Also, dates don't have to be expensive to be fun. The best first date I've ever been on was a picnic where we were watching skateboarders in Venice. It was just a blanket and a bottle of wine. We had such a great time. We ended up going out with both of our friend groups later that night. And by the end of the night, we were so faded and so in love. We went skinny dipping in the ocean at 2 a.m. I'm sorry you're boring. Don't blame the economy. Figure it out.
Notice how she accidentally proved the point. The best date she described wasn't expensive, it was authentic chemistry. A lot of men realize women don't actually care about money as much as social media claims. What many guys refuse to do now is financially audition for affection from women who haven't earned investment yet.
I am practicing a form of self-hatred and self-harm tonight because I just took a 43-minute Uber, a Prius, because taking a regular Uber was so expensive, and that was still so expensive, all the way to the west side where it's gray here. It's gray cardboard energy here. To go on a date with a man that just told me he's going to be late after I ventured out here. I'm going to puke from that car ride. So yeah, this is a form of self-harm after an amazing day I had. You have to have balance, you know? So I'll report back how this date is at Belle's Beach House. Like, what is going on here? I'm not sure what the lore is of the West Side. I can't relate to it whatsoever, even though I used to live here.
A lot of men hear this and think this is exactly why I stopped trying. One delayed arrival turns into a full emotional spiral online. More dudes are choosing peace over navigating constant pressury, expectation, public commentary around every single interaction.
I've just come out of another situationship. This one lasted 8 weeks, which is pretty good going for me. And I'm going to tell you something that somebody told me that actually made me feel so much better. My friend said to me, "You're not sad because you lost him. You're sad because he wasn't the one." And that hit me so hard. It's so fucking true, because the cycle now starts again. Like, you think that you found somebody that you really like and you think that it might be going somewhere, and then bam, it's gone. And then the cycle starts again, and I'm exhausted and I'm drained and I'm anxious and I feel like shit. But we're not sad because we lost them. We are sad because they weren't the one. And you will find the one, I promise. Maybe that will help.
Emotional limbo. People are exhausted because nobody fully commits, but nobody fully leaves either. A lot of men stepped away from this cycle completely because it stopped feeling meaningful.
Where are all the men? Literally, I'm so disillusioned by the male population right now because they're all boys. Tell me why the other week the girls and I are... Can the street traffic not, like... Tell me why the other week the girls and I were at the bar and there's like this guy with his friend and like he was kind of cute, whatever, and he was like looking back over at us and we were like, okay, like, is he gonna like do something? Homeboy goes and sits down at the bar and we're like, okay, whatever, like forget about it. And then we see he's like still just like sitting there alone, like what? And he'll be like, he would like look back at us and we were like, and it's like, what, babe, do you want me to, hey babe, you want me to buy you a drink? Like, what do you want? Like, but they literally just think like they're the prize or something. And honestly, it's because the girls are making them feel that way. The bitches are walking up to men and being like, hey, like, oh. Please stop approaching men. If they want you, they need to come up to you and get it. Because the sassy man apocalypse and they're just princesses. And it's like, yeah, boo, gender rules, boo. But at the same time, like,
the funniest part is she still expects traditional gender roles while openly admitting modern women change the dating dynamic. Men realize they no longer have to perform or compete endlessly for attention. That's why more dudes sit back now and let women reveal who actually wants them.
That's where it's a little bit trickier because there's just certain things like red flags that I cannot overlook. I just can't overlook them because I've seen this movie before. Number one is calling girls crazy. Calling your ex crazy, calling a group of girls crazy, calling a girl crazy. Whoever you're picturing when you say the word crazy, I'm here to let you know I am no better than her. I am probably no better than her. I don't even need to know her, but like I'll save both of us the time. Number two is any talk of your ex. Any of it, you will never see me again. You won't see me because I'm not going to come in between true love. Genuinely, go get her back. Like,
this is part of why dating feels impossible. No, everybody walks into dates already defensive, hyper analyzing trauma, filtering every sentence, every joke, Every word instead of building connection. People are scanning for reasons to disqualify each other within the first 30 minutes.
You're over here rambling to me about it, but like go tell it to someone, like go say it where it counts. And then the last one is when I get a backhanded compliment. That's putting other girls down. I've said this before. I really don't like a compliment that's like, oh, I really like this about you because I'm so used to, or whatever. Like just being rude to other girls, like let them be. I don't know. Like I just find that to be such an odd thing to say. So yeah, those are just 3 things that I can't really overlook. But yeah, that's that. So thanks.
Says men should communicate honestly, but modern dating punishes honesty constantly. A guy opens up about past experience, preference, or frustrations, and suddenly he's labeled emotionally unavailable. Lebeter talker still attached to his.
Okay, this is just another reason that it has cemented men are a different breed in Melbourne. Listen to this. So, on Monday, I'm going for a run. As you do, I was like, hitting my PB in terms of distance. I am in a fucking locked in state. Like, I am so fucking locked in. Anyway, I'm running and I like glance up for like 1 second. And there's this guy who's like, I'm running this way and he's running this way. So we're kind of running towards each other. He kind of like looks at me and he's like, and I was like, oh my God, like, you're stopping me from the fucking flow. What is it, kind of thing? And he's like, takes off his glasses. He's like, as he's kind of running and I'm running. And I'm like, what are you fucking trying to say? He's like, just your energy. Like I've seen you running around here.
And notice how even a simple compliment gets filtered through suspicion. First, men today have to calculate timing, mood setting, technique, confidence, attractiveness, and social risk before saying hello. That's why many guys choose silence now. The reward rarely outweighs the potential embarrassment.
Now, like, you're really intriguing. And I was like, thanks, and just like run off. Anyway, here's the kicker. I'm with my friend. We went for a run again around the 10. And I shit you not, the same guy is there tonight, holding a girl's hand, looking like he's on a date with his girlfriend. This is insane. You were just trying to crack onto me while I'm running, and now you're on a date with your honey. This is why the men in Melbourne, I'm sorry, this is just, it's crazy. There's no hope for us.
He instantly assumed that tiny interaction meant romantic interest, and that's part of the modern dating confusion. A guy gives a compliment, shows confidence, or speaks casually, and suddenly it becomes evidence he's secretly trying to cheat or crack onto somebody.
I'll give you a video of first date red flags. Honestly, nowadays, I am only expecting princess treatment. So here are some first date red flags for you guys to know about. Number 1, not confirming the date the night before or the morning of. If he's leaving you with no information until literally the evening of the date, bin him. It means he's not that interested in you, or he just doesn't have time for you. First date, he should be grinding to get on that date with you and confirm. Red flag. Flag number 2, if he doesn't pull out the chair for you to sit. I'm sorry, I'm really traditional. So if he doesn't pull out the chair for me to sit, it's a no. Flag number 3, if he opens the door and walks before you, like he doesn't open the door for you, it's a no. This is the bare minimum for me. Number 4, if he doesn't text you if you got home okay after the date. Like, what game are you trying to play? He hasn't texted me if I've gotten home okay, it's a no. Safety first, people. Especially if you're a gentleman, you will be texting that girl.
This is why many men feel modern dating became exhausting. Guys are expected to perform a flawless gentleman routine from the very first interaction, while still being told they shouldn't expect traditional behavior from women in return. A lot of dudes checked out because the expectations feel increasingly one-sided.
The date / if they wing the date, like winging it. Is that the amount of effort you're going to show me? No. Next red flag, if you're on a date and he's rude to staff. At this point, I would be walking out the date. I'm not getting paid enough to be taking your shit. I'm sorry, but it's true. Another big red flag, if they don't ask you any questions, it means they're just not that interested in you. They don't care about who you are and what you're doing. If a guy's really interested in you, they're going to want to know all about you. So if they're not asking you questions, it's a no. The date is there so that you can get to know each other. And if he doesn't want to know anything about you, say goodbye. Let me know if you want more first date.
And notice the contradiction in modern dating culture. Men are told not to be controlling or overly traditional. At the same time, they are expected to execute perfect old school gentleman behavior from the first date onward. More men are stepping back because they feel like they're constantly being evaluated while receiving very little grace in return.
I finally started to get sick of modern dating. The other day I was talking to one of my friends and he told me that he's deleted Hinge because he's sick of all his dates being the same and being unfulfilling and being boring. Finally, the men have caught up. Women have been saying it for years. We have done did had the conversation about how modern dating is unfulfilling, how it's not really giving us what we need, people don't want to find real connections, it's empty, blah, 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 blah. We've done this, but now the men are starting to realize that. The men are starting to have those conversations. Why? Because everybody wants connection. Everybody wants intimacy. And I think men are finally starting to realize that the way that they're conducting themselves and the way that they are searching for romance and intimacy is empty and it is unfulfilling. I think the excitement and drama that comes from having options and chasing new experiences, it's just no longer as fulfilling as it once was. I think as a woman, this is a really interesting shift to witness in real time, because we've been saying for ages that modern dating is unfulfilling because the men do not seem to find value in deep, meaningful, mutual connection. Well, now there's this shift happening where the men are realizing that their methods of conducting themselves in the dating world are leaving them also unfulfilled. Interesting to see.
What she's describing isn't men finally catching up, it's men finally opting out. A lot of guys realize modern dating became repetitive, transactional, emotionally draining, and heavily tilted toward endless validation loops instead of real partnership. Men didn't suddenly discover emptiness, they got tired of pretending the system was working.
Seeing men enjoy things that are really just for the girls. Like, it's the middle of the day on a Monday. I'm at the pool tanning, and a man just walks up here. I'm like, it's the middle of the day on a fucking Monday. Why are you not working? Like, go to fucking work. Why are you tanning in the middle of the day on a Monday? Like, make men work again. Yuck. The fuck?
Things that should be illegal, dating edition. Girls paying on the first date. If I wanted to pay for some random man's meal, then I would go outside and find a...
This attitude right here is a major reason many men checked out of dating entirely. Imagine being told you existo work, private pay performance, finance experiences, while simultaneously being mocked just for relaxing during the daytime. More men are realizing they're valued for utility, not humanity.
Now, as a woman, it is unnatural for you to be in the chaser mode. Why? Because that's a man's job. Because men have more testosterone, therefore they are hunters. By nature, they are hunters. They have more testosterone. Innately, they are just hunters. That's what they do. That's what they know best to do. So you stepping out of your feminine energy and doing something that feels unnatural to you, like chasing a man, that's why you're always feeling drained. That's why you're always feeling depleted, like you're not really getting anything, because you are going against your nature as a woman. The feminine does not do anything. The feminine just sits and she waits, okay? She doesn't do anything. She just exists. That is the power of the feminine. She doesn't do anything. She is born with innate value. The man is not born with innate value. He has to prove.
Mindset is exactly why many men are stepping back from dating. Men are told they must chase, prove themselves, initiate everything, finance everything, lead everything, and earn love through performance, while women are told they just have to exist and receive. A growing number of dudes are questioning that imbalance.
Prove that he is worthy of your time. That in order for him to even get through the door, he has to prove that he's worthy of a spot in your life. And as the feminine, you don't do anything. You're not meant to be doing. You're meant to just be being. You need to be in a state of being. You do not go against your nature. You do not go against the things that you know. In order to be in your life, he has to come after you. He has to pursue you. He has to impress you. He has to serve you, and he has to please you. If a man is not doing any of those things, it means you are doing those things. So it means you are going against your nature and the things that you know and the things that feel natural to you, and you are stepping out of yourself. That goes against everything that you believe in. If he's not doing those things, it means you're doing those.
Taught they are inherently valuable, while the other side must endlessly earn basic affection. Eventually, a lot of men decide to juice simply isn't worth the squeeze anymore.
Can we all, collectively figure out what the fuck is wrong with men, especially men on dating apps? So tell me for why I've got 500 matches on Schminder, right, and about 4 messages. All these men are waiting. So what? Put their lip gloss in their bag before they message? I don't understand. And why I'm single. So then you've jarred me and you picked me because you can't, message first? What happened? What happened to real men? Proper men? Men like me dad, who's got a red fucking kitchen. That is kind of mean. Oh.
To all the men who have encouraged my husband over the last 2 years to divorce me and sent him endless DMs of divorce lawyers and words of encouragement through these tough times for him, today was the day he left. Unfortunately for you, it was not a permanent leaving. He will be back in the next few days, but fortunately for me, he left me with his Amex. So, I guess we're all getting what we want.
Dating apps completely change male behavior. Men learn that endless matching doesn't equal genuine interest, so a lot of dudes stopped investing energy into every match after years of ghosting conversations, validation forming gone unrealistic expectations. Many men became emotionally detached from the whole process.
Okay, so I just asked this guy, we talked for a little bit, it was like a Hinge match, okay? It triggered the fuck out of me. Oh my god, why am I crying on camera? Okay, this is what had happened. So we went on literally one date. We talked for a while. He seemed excited, but he lives like 2 hours away, okay? And so it just kind of fizzled, and then I was gonna be in town, so we met up. We had a good day, and then I could just tell like things were not vibing afterwards. You know, I could just tell his energy was a little reserved, and I was like, okay. So I just let it fizzle, whatever. But this is some guy, I was like, oh, he's hot. He's like established, I was like, I like this guy. And things went well on the date. Why is he, what happened? I never got clarity. So tonight, a few months, that was in the summer, I don't know. A few months later, I just sent him a voice message and I asked him, I said, hey, I hope you're doing well, pleasantries. And I said, hey, I just would love to know like what the disconnect was. Like what was the, like I thought we had a fun time. The communication was fun. I just talked about what a good time I had. And I was like, I just asked him for genuine feedback. I was like, what happened basically? And I said, no hard feelings. Of course, no hard feelings. Things just don't work sometimes, whatever. But for my growth, I want to attract somebody that I respect. And right now I'm attracting a bunch of fucking avoidance and I'm
30 minutes 38 seconds honesty. If a guy says he lost interest, didn't feel chemistry, found incompatibilities, or simply wasn't emotionally invested enough, risk being labeled avoidant, toxic, emotionally unavailable, or immature, so many dudes just quietly exit instead.
So I held it together, okay guy. And then he texted me that it was just the distance. He said we had a really good day and it was fun, but there's a lot of hurdles with distance and Why am I upset? Why am I crying? I feel better talking it out, actually. Thanks, TikTok. Thanks, TikTok. But I think it triggered my inner child in a way that was like, somebody didn't choose me, like I wasn't worthy enough for a long distance, like making that effort. Which is hurtful, but I appreciate the honesty, and that's all I needed to do. It was very vulnerable. I think that was another part of it too, the vulnerability of asking somebody like, hey, what happened, and then them answering, and it's just like, just wasn't worth it, kind of. Like he was so nice about it. But it hurt me feelings. It triggered me! Have any of you ever done this? Have any of you ever asked somebody, maybe they ghosted you, I don't know, ask? It's kind of like, grow, get a little uncomfortable. I sent him a voice message asking him, what was the disconnect?
Really shows how emotionally heavy modern dating has become. One date in a faded connection now turns into questioning self-worth, childhood wounds, validation, vulnerability, and emotional trauma. A lot of men simply don't have the emotional bandwidth for that level of intensity attached to early stage dating anymore. Anyway, that's enough for today. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and stay tuned for the next.